I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. And the Houston Rockets starting five. The guard spots are Van Vliet and Green. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Smith. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hornets, the forwards are Hayward and Washington. Miller is out there with LaMelo Ball, and it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint. These may not be the teams, Doris, we see in the conference finals this year, but we can expect, I think, them to be a threat for years to come.
Kevin, we say they're not going to advance to the conference finals simply because of the lack of experience. Talent is not an issue. We are looking at what is likely the next generation carrying the sport forward. And boy, we are excited to see them.
And when it comes to the Charlotte Hornets, DB, this is a squad that wants to keep getting better, clearly.
Kevin, it shows you how challenging success and sustained success in particular is. This is an organization that has had pockets of success in the past. But the keys to this are you drafting well? Are you developing young talent? Have you built out a culture? Do you have top-down leadership that trickles through an organization? This is something Charlotte has to think about.
Now, here is Miller after Jalen Green's miss. And it's slammed in by Williams.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Stolen by Ball. To the middle. Here's Miller. Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 4-point game. Van Vliet on the wing. He's covered by Washington. Shots good by Green.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
Puts up a 3. Shot. That's good by Miller.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Brooks. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Williams kicks to Hayward. Deep 2 from Ball. It's rebounded by Houston.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Oh, and it's sent back by Washington. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up.
I tell you, the vision is simply special. LaMelo Ball toys with the defense, creates easy opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Brooks.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Pass to Van Vliet. The shot. The Rockets again can't hit.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Here's Ball. Rebound by Smith.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Here's Van Vliet. Smith left side. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Houston making a switch. Jock Landale's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Jabari Smith. Tate, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Some changes for Charlotte. Smith comes in for Washington. And Smith subbed in for Ball. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing here by 8. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
That one goes in.
Jalen
Green's got 7.
And almost any time he wants, Green can put the ball on the floor and make a play.
Here's Bridges. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Rockets trail by 6. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Landale. It's deflected. Passes it to Richards. And he gets the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Smith against Green. A shot by Tate with no one around. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
assisted by
A whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
For 3, Bridges. And it's he nails the buzzer beater.
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
So on the floor for Houston. The pairing up front, Smith and Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Holiday in at point guard. And last season, Greg, the Rockets tied for the league's second worst record. They expect a different outcome this go-around.
Yeah, their veteran additions, headlined by Fred VanVleet, key to turning the tide, but also continued progression by their youngsters.
Rockets trail by 9. Now Brooks, a rebound by Washington. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Brandon Miller was a one-and-done in Alabama. He put on numbers and put on weight. He said coming into college, I couldn't really take bumps, at least not college bumps. I know building muscle mass is key, and he's not done adding muscle and layers to his game. He says it's all about the work. That's the only way you get better. Kevin?
That's a good focus. Thanks, D.A. Ball against Holiday. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got the lead back up to 9 now for Charlotte.
Well, the great length and the great size of the backcourt, LaMelo Ball continues to improve as an interior scorer.
Brooks outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And we see players sometimes, Greg, after a change of venue, they change teams, certainly taking the next step. What can key that leap?
Kevin, it's not all just opportunity and fit. I think there can be a mental component as well. A fresh start can give you a blank canvas to try new things.
Williams trying to break free, and it's good for 2. Miller's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Nick Richards, he's checked in for Williams. Rockets trail by 10, stolen by Ball. With the drive.
You see the decisiveness right there with LaMelo Ball. Makes up his mind on the drive that he's going to dunk it.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half of basketball. ball against Van Vliet. And his third shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. Well, they don't make many guards, do they, Doris? As fiery as Fred Van Vliet.
They don't, Kevin. He has had to scrap and claw and earn every piece of real estate in the NBA. At 6'1", he's undersized. But what we know unequivocally, he can command an offense, and he's a big-time shot maker when it counts. And guess what? He's going to dig it out defensively, too. You have to admire Fred Van Vliet.
And the Rockets making a change here. Jock Landale's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Jabari Smith. Tate, he's checked in for Tari Eason. And Jalen Green subbed in for Dylan Brooks. Here's Green after Gordon Hayward's bucket. Green in the post, and it's blocked. Oh, and here comes Miller all alone. Washington, that's good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the score by Charlotte. Van Vliet passes to Landale. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
There's Miller with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Miller's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This offense just continues to impress.
Van Vliet outside. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team.
Here's Green. He's got 9. Landale. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And here's Miller outside. The shot comes out. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hornets lead by 13. We'll take a quick break, then get you back.
The Rockets 20.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Things were going Charlotte's way from the beginning. Competing with a chip on their shoulders, they started things off with an 11-3 run. At the end of one, they were already up 9. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Shaq, let's get your take on Charlotte.
You guys know I appreciate when a team takes a commitment to attack in the painted area. When you get those high percentage looks, good things tend to happen. That's how they built this league.
And Kenny, what do you have to say about the Rockets?
The energy on D stood for disappointment. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Brandon Miller really making a difference here.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
First team foul.
The forwards are Hayward and Washington. LaMelo Ball is out there with Miller, and it's Williams at the 5. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Smith kicks to Van Vliet with the shot.
Boy, that's great defense from LaMelo Ball. He has the length and the agility to be an outstanding defender. It's about learning to give it every single night on that end.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The Rockets have brought in Ime Udoka to help their team become a winner. Ime said, "We have a lot of guys that have a chip on their shoulder. Those are the types I look for. And from there, we want to cultivate that into team success. That's the job of a coach, to push that and get that out of them." Kevin?
It is. Good thought. All right, David, thank you. You know, Greg, if you look back at the Hornets' 22-23 season, there was a lot of adversity.
And that was a tough season for them all around. So many injuries. A lot of young players were forced into bigger roles, but they did get valuable experience out of it.
Here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. 15-point game. Brooks with it. Williams picks him up. Brooks misses.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Hayward can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Hornets. Smith checked in for Miller. And Smith subbed in for Ball. And a change for the Rockets. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Green. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Out to Smith. Hayward on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the
second chance effort.
2 minutes.
Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And the Hornets lead by 17.
Boy, pure strength from Hayward. Loves overcoming any challenge a defender might throw his way.
Green against Smith. Offensive rebound. Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Houston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
For the Rockets, Tari Eason's checked in for Şengün. And it's Jae'Sean Tate in for Jalen Green. The shot's good from Smith.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Holiday looking over the floor. No good on that one. Excellent defense there from Smith. Smith with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Shoots from the high post. Smith, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid 79%. And something that's already interesting about Jabari Smith is his versatility, scoring from beyond the arc or at the mid-range. He can get points a number of ways. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Holiday against Smith. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Brooks. Tight defense on him. Step back and squared up.
Inside, outside, mid-range. Brooks has the accuracy to make whatever look he gets work for him.
For 3, Bridges. It's rebounded by Houston. Brooks outside. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Bridges with some nice defense.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
McGowan's. Oh, and the buzzer beat is good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets ahead. They lead by 18. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at the Rockets, the guard spots are Van Vliet and Green. Jae'Sean Tate out there with Green, and it's Sengun in at the 5 down low. Ball no good. Rockets trail by 18. Green passes to Green. That one doesn't go. Good D by Miller. Ball with it, picked up by Van Vliet. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Golden State Warriors.
And that game against Memphis, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Stolen by Ball. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, the do-it-yourself kit, the steal and bucket from LaMelo.
Greg is a guy that led the offense, a floor general. Do you think we're in the golden era of point guard?
Kevin, it's hard to say. I mean, the 80s had Magic and Isaiah. The 90s had Stockton and Payton. The 2000s was with Nash and Kidd. But this era is deep. You got Curry, Lillard, Doncic, Morant, and, of course, CP3 is still going.
Washington's checked in for Bridges. Jock Landale's checked in for Houston.
And we've seen this all night. Green with a wide range of ways to score. And, boy, he just keeps coming.
That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Ball. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
The pass to Sengun. Inside. Now that one from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his first 2 points.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
2 minutes.
Miller outside. That 3 off the mark. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Houston. Here's Tate. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Washington. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
On the court.
Smith against Green. Free throw line jump shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Smith. Count that bucket.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
It's stolen by Smith.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hornets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LaMelo Ball.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Washington. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And it's Green with the jam.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Green against Washington. Offensive rebound. Landale misses. Here's Washington. Over Eason. Gets it to fall.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They